Hello students, Standard 7, we are learning the comparing quantities in mathematics. Now, in the few last sessions, we learn about the comparison by percentage. Now we learn how to convert the fractions in their percentage. If you notice them properly, you will see that some percentage are less than 100, but some can be more than 100 also. So you always remember that the percentage which are related to proper fractions are always less than 100. Proper fractions are, for example, here 85 upon 100. It is a proper fraction. What is the percentage? 85. So always, if you can take another example also, proper fraction like 3 by 4. We know that how to 3 by 4 multiply by 100%. 25 4s are 25, 3s are 75%. So whenever there is a proper fraction, then the percentage related to them are less than 100. You have to remember that because it can be asked in the blanks or the MCQs or true or false or answered in very short. And the percentage related to improper fractions are always more than 100. So that fractions which are improper fractions, and that improper fractions are always more than 100. For example, you can take 5 upon 4, which is improper fraction because denominator is smaller. Now 5 upon 4 multiply by 100%. So 25 4s are, so what is 25 5s are? 125%. So whenever improper fraction, the percentage related to it will be more than 100%. So that is a very important note you have to keep in your mind. Now, in the last session, we learn about the conversion of proper or improper fractions into percentage. I show you two methods. One method was to get the equivalent fraction of the given fraction such that it have 100 as a denominator. But then I explain you the another method, that fraction multiply by 100% and then you simplify. That is the best shortcut and easiest method also. So generally we will use that method only. But now when the decimals are there, decimal numbers are there, and we have to convert them into percentage, then it is also very easy. You have to follow the same method like multiply by 100%, but then you have to first convert that decimal fraction into normal fraction. You know how to do it. You have to check how many digits are there after decimal point. If there is 1 digit only after decimal point, then you take out decimal point and write down 10 as denominator. If there are 2 digits after decimal point, You take out the decimal point and put 100 in the denominator and you convert it into the fraction. And then same thing you have to apply that we did in the last session, how to convert the fractions into into percentage. Let us understand with some examples. Convert the decimals into percent. 0.85. So if we convert it into percentage, you have to multiply by 100. So 0.85 multiplied by 100 percentage. Now 0.85, as I told you, there are two digits after decimal point. So you have to put 100 in the denominator and you take out that point. So 85 upon 100 multiply by 100. You can see that both the zeros are getting cancelled. So what you get? 85. So that is 85%. So 0.85 is equal to 85%. Another one is that 0.07. So now if you want to convert it, you have to multiply by 100%. So 0.07 multiplied by 100%. Now here also there are two digits after decimal point. So you have to take out the decimal point. So it will be 7 only, and then you put 100 because there are two digits. So 100. Here also you can see that the two zeros of the 100 are cancelled. So what remaining is the 7. So that is the 7%. Let's take some more. 0.8. So 0.8 multiplied by 100%. So here only there is one digit after decimal point. So you have to put 10. So 8 upon 10 into 100. Here only one zero is cancelled, so 8 tens are 80. So your answer is 80%. Last one is 3.7 is equal to 3.7 into 100%. So here one digit after decimal point, so you have to put 10. So if you take out the decimal point and put 10, it is 37 upon 10 multiplied by 100. One zero is cancelled. So 37 multiplied by 10, that is 370. So your answer is 370%. So here when there is a percentage given, you have to follow the same rule, but first only to remember that take out the decimal point and put either 10, 100, whatever according to the decimal places, and then convert it into percentage like this. Now let us do the questions in the try this. Question number 1 is convert the following to percents. Whatever we learn, we are going to apply here. A. It is 12 upon 16. So now we have to convert into percent. So I already explained you, is equal to 12 upon 16 multiplied by 100%. Now we have to do the simplification. 8 twos are 16, 6 twos are 12, 3 twos are 4 twos are. And now 25 fours are 100. So 25 threes are 75. So it is 75%. Cancellation is very, very important. In B it is 3.5. So it will be 3.5 multiplied by 100%. Whatever that, it's a fraction or a decimal. When you want to convert it into fraction, you write down, then multiply 100%. Don't forget to write down the percent in each and every step. So now, as I explained you, there is one decimal place. So you take out the point, so it is 35, and because there is only one decimal place, you write down 10 multiplied by 100%. So now 35 into 10 is 350%. C. 49 upon 50. So now we have to convert it into percentage. 49 into upon 50 multiplied by 100%. 1 0 cancelled and 5 1s are 5 2s are. So 49 multiplied by 2, it is 98, means 98%. It means that if you have the examination of 50 marks and you get 49 out of 50, then what is your marks percentage? You get 98% marks when you get 49 out of 50. So your percentage is counted as 98%, like that. In D, it is 2 by 2. So 2 by 2 multiplied by 100%. Now 2 by 2 is cancelled, so 100%. It means that if you give 50 marks question paper and 50 marks out of it, 50 out of 50, so your percentage is 100. 70 out of 70, 80 out of 80, full marks. Doesn't matter, your question paper is not of 100 marks. If you get 100 out of 100, it is 100%. But 80 out of 80 is not 80%. It is also 100%. Then E, 0.05. So here 0.05 multiplied by 100%. Remember always, when you write down the sign of percentage, give a little gap, make that slant line and not too big zeros, because sometimes people write down like that 100%. Now how does it read? It is look like 1000, and sometimes they don't even do the cross, they do like that. Then 1000, 0, 110. So be careful when you do the sign of percentage, slant and like that. The dots must be smaller than the zeros, and it should be little away so that it can be easily readable. So now if you take out the decimal, there is 5 and there are 2 digits after decimal point, so you have to put 100 multiplied by 100. So now 0 0 0 0, that is your 5%. Now question number 2. It says that out of 32 students, out of 32 students, 8 are absent. What percent of the students are absent? Now there are total 32 students in a class, 8 are absent, and we have to find the percentage of the absent. So first we will find the fraction of it, and then from fraction to percentage. So fraction of absent student is equal to 8 out of 32. Now we have to convert it into percentage. So 8 upon 32 is equal to 8 upon 32 multiplied by 100%. Now we know that 8 fours are 32 and 25 fours are 100. So how many percent? 25%. Therefore, %25 students are absent. So total 32 students and then 8 absent. So 8 out of 32 is absent, and then we convert it into the percentage. So you get the 25%. So when you do this, be careful that you are cancelling properly. Cancellation is very important here. If you do something wrong, you will get the wrong answers also. So like that you can convert it into the, and now in the try this, in the question number 2, there are another 3 questions also. I explained you one, so other 3 you can do yourself. So here question number 2, second, third and fourth are the questions for the homework. You can do it yourself. It is very, very simple, just like that. Little maybe to think, but you can think yourself now. So here we are going to finish the session, and will be followed by the PDF, maybe with some for the practice. And any confusion, there is comment section. Thank you very much.